Welcome to Jefferson College Volleyball. Tonight's matchup is between Jefferson College Vikings and the State Fair Roadrunners. And here are the lineups for the Jefferson College Lady Vikings.
Casey Ritter, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Becky Mann, High Ridge, Missouri.
Dimitri Young, Hobbs, New Mexico.
Thaís Soares, Rio de Janeiro, Brasil.
Jennifer Albert, Washington, Missouri.
Lacey McCullough, Bismarck, Missouri.
Yachen Wang, Beijing, China.
Lara Passmore, Barnhart, Missouri.
Kristen Smith, Springdale, Arkansas.
Brooke Boyer, Festus, Missouri.
We are underway. Point for State Fair, and they lead 1-0. Whitney Kramer serving for State Fair. Casey Ritter can't keep it in play, and State Fair leads 2-0. Serve is into the net, point Vikings, and the score is 2-1 State Fair. Serving for the Vikings is Laura Passmore. Point is won by the Vikings, and the score is now tied up at 2 apiece. Nice tip by Dimitri Young, and the Vikings now lead 3-2. The point is won by the Vikings, and the Vikings extend the lead to 2 at 4-2. Laura Passmore with a nice save for the Vikings. And the shot is deflected. Point Vikings, and the Vikings lead 5-2. The shot by Ya-Chin is blocked. Point State Fair, and Jefferson College lead is cut to 3-2. Maggie Ellman serving for State Fair. Her serve goes into the net. Point Vikings, and the score is 6-3 Jefferson College. Thais Soares serving for the Vikings. Shot partially deflected by Becky Mann. Point for State Fair, and the score is Vikings 6, State Fair 4. Nice save by Jennifer Elbert. Shot out of bounds. Point State Fair, and the score is now 6-5 Vikings. Jennifer Rupke with the serve for State Fair. Shot by Becky Mann. Nice save by Laura Passmore. Tipped by Ya-Chin, And that will go for a point for the Vikings. And the Vikings lead by 2, 7-5 in set number 1. Casey Ritter serving for the Vikings. Shot blocked. Point Vikings. And the score is now 8-5. Served by Casey Ritter, sails out of bounds, point State Fair, and the score is 8-6 Vikings. Becky Mann with the shot, and the Vikings now lead 9-6. Serving for the Vikings is Jennifer Elbert. Whistle, point State Fair, and the score is 9-7 Vikings. Nice save by Becky Mann. Shot falls in for Marcella Mandira, and the Vikings lead 10-7. Serving for the Vikings is Becky Mann. Nice save by State Fair, but that will sail out of bounds for a Viking point, and the score is 11-7. That's going to fall harmlessly out of bounds. Another point for the Vikings. Timeout on the court. Vikings lead 12-7. We're in set number 1. Jefferson College leads 12-7. Becky Mann serving for the Vikings. State Fair cannot control it, and the ball falls in for a Viking point, and the score is now 13-7. Shot by State Fair. Brooke Boyer. Whitney Kramer with a nice shot for State Fair, and the score is now 13-8. Jamie Griffith with the serve for State Fair. Shot is blocked by State Fair. Another shot. Can State Fair get to it? They keep it up, but it's going to fall in for a Jefferson College point. Good hustle by State Fair, but Jefferson College leads by 6, 14-8. Marcella Mandira serving for the Vikings. The shot by Maggie Ellman goes out of bounds, point Vikings, and the score is now 15-8. Shot falls in for Jennifer Rupke, and the score is now 15-9 Vikings. Whitney Kramer serving for State Fair. Shot falls into the net, and the Vikings lead by 7, 16-9. Jamie Miller coming in for State Fair, replacing Whitney Kramer for State Fair. Laura Passmore serving for the Vikings. Wow, what a shot by Becky Mann. Powerful shot. And the Vikings lead 17-9. Shot by Jennifer Rupke falls in for State Fair, and the lead is cut down to 17-10. Maggie Ellman serving for State Fair. Jennifer Elbert cannot save it for the Vikings, and the score is now 17-11. Ya Chin shot is blocked. Vikings keep it going. Shot falls in. And the Vikings lead now by 7, 18-11. Thais Soares serving for the Vikings. Wow, what a shot by Ya Chin. And the Vikings lead now by 8, 19-11. And what a save by a number of players on State Fair, but they cannot save this one. Falls in for a Viking point. Timeout. Vikings lead 20-11. We're in set number 1. Vikings lead 20-11. Serving for the Vikings is Thais Soares. Shot over by State Fair. Becky Mann with a shot, and that falls in. Nice setup by Jennifer Elbert, and Becky Mann puts it away, and the Vikings lead by 10, 21-11. That serve goes into the net by Thais Soares. Point for State Fair, and the score is now 21-12. Jennifer Rupke serving for State Fair, and that is going to fall out of bounds. Nice communication between Laura Passmore and Casey Ritter. Point Vikings, and the score is 22-12. Casey Ritter serving for the Vikings. Shot over by State Fair. Becky Mann with the shot, and that falls in. And the Vikings lead by 11, 23-12. And that is an ace by Casey Ritter, and the Vikings lead 24-12. First ace of the game for either team. Powerful shot by Antonio Jones. Point State Fair, and the score is now 24-13 Vikings. Antonio Jones serving for State Fair. Jennifer Elbert passes to Thais Soares, and her shot sails out of bounds. Point State Fair, and the score is now 24-14. Shot sails out of bounds. Another point for State Fair. Leads cut down to 9, 24-15. Coming in for the Vikings is Brooke Boyer. Jennifer Elbert serving for the Vikings. That is a point for the Vikings, and the score is now 26 to 14. Whistle, point Vikings, and the Vikings lead 27 to 14. Nice save by Casey Ritter. Shot by Brooke Boyer, a little too hard. Point State Fair, and the score is now 27-15. Nice save. Becky Mann with the shot off the top of the net. And that will be a point for the Vikings. Score is now 28-15. Becky Mann serving for the Vikings. Shot is partially blocked. Point Vikings, and this is set point for game number 1. Served by Becky Manns into the net. Point State Fair, and the score is 29-16. Mindy Griffith for State Fair is serving. And that falls out of bounds, and Jefferson College wins set 1, 30-16.
You may not know their names, but the students who are helped through a Jefferson College Foundation scholarship carry thanks in their hearts. It's for the kindness that our contributors have shown. Make a difference in their tomorrows.
Education, the great equalizer. It doesn't just mean you get more knowledge. It means you improve your quality of life.
Give to the Jefferson College Foundation today.
Serving for State Fair is Whitney Kramer. She will try to get State Fair set off on a good note for set number 2. Serve goes into the net, and Jefferson College leads 1-0. Serving for the Vikings, Marcella Mandira. Nice shot by Jennifer Rupke, and the score is now tied up at 1. Serving for State Fair, Maggie Ellman. Nice save by Becky Mann. And State Fair can't handle the volley, and the Vikings take a 2-1 lead. Serving for the Vikings is Laura Passmore. Shot is deflected by the Vikings, and the score is all tied up at 2 apiece. Jennifer Rupke serving for State Fair. Thais Soares with the shot. And once again, a little confusion for State Fair, and the ball falls in for a Viking point. Thais Soares serving for the Vikings. Mindy Griffith cannot handle the serve, and that is another ace for the Vikings. Their second, and the Vikings lead now 4-2. Casey Ritter tries to make an unbelievable save, but the ball does fall in for a point, and the score is now Vikings 4, State Fair 3. Antonio Jones serving for State Fair. Becky Mann with the shot. Off the top of the net, but it will be a point for State Fair, and the score is now all tied up at 4. That is out on the Vikings, and State Fair takes their first lead of set number 2, 5-4. Vikings scrambling just a little bit. State Fair leads now by 2, 6-4. Served by Antonio Jones into the net, and the lead's cut down to 1. State Fair 6, Vikings 5. Casey Ritter serving for the Vikings. Becky Mann, and her shot goes into the net, and that will be a point for State Fair, and their lead is back up to 2, 7-5. Tabitha Azeri serving for State Fair. The shot is too powerful for Laura Passmore, and State Fair is now up by 3, 8-5. Laura Passmore can't keep it up, and State Fair is up by 4. Timeout, Jefferson College. And we don't see this very much, but the score is 9-5 State Fair. State Fair leads 9-5 in set number 2. Becky Mann shoots it over for the Vikings. Shot back by State Fair. Nice save by Jennifer Elbert. Shot over by the Vikings, and that will fall in for a point. Smart shot by Thais Suarez, and the Vikings cut the lead to 9-6. Jennifer Elbert serving for the Vikings. Shot over by State Fair. Shot by Ya Chin. Nice save by Suarez. Shot by Becky Mann. Got a good volley going on. Shot back over by State Fair. To Becky Mann. Shot blocked. Point State Fair. State Fair playing real good, and they lead 10-6. Mindy Griffith serving for State Fair. Whistle. Point State Fair. And their lead is now 11-6. Marcella Mandira with a powerful shot, point Vikings, and the score is now 11-7. Becky Mann serving for the Vikings. Whistle, point Vikings. Lead is trimmed to 3, 11-8. Served by Becky Mann. That goes off of Mindy Griffith, and Jefferson College trims the lead down to 2, 11-9. Momentum turning just a little bit. Thais Soares shot is blocked, and that falls in for a point for State Fair. And the lead is now 12-10 State Fair. Oh, 2 hits for the Vikings, point State Fair. We got a score change. The score is now 12-9 State Fair. Whitney Kramer serving for State Fair. Shot is out of bounds on the left. Correction. We don't have a ruling quite yet on if that ball was in or out. Whitney Kramer serving for State Fair. Nice save by State Fair. Wow, what a shot by Thais Soares. Way too powerful for anyone to handle. Point Vikings, and the score is now 12-10 State Fair. Antonio Jones with a marvelous shot for State Fair, and the lead's back up to 3, 13-10. Maggie Ellman serving for State Fair. Shot just gets over the net. Shot blocked. Vikings keep it going. Shot by Casey Ritter. Saved by Jennifer Elbert. Whistle. And point State Fair, and the score is now 14-10 in favor of the State Fair Roadrunners. Thais Soares with the shot. Kept in play by the Vikings. Nice save by Becky Mann, but it's not controlled. Point for State Fair, and the lead is up to 5, 15-10. Serve off the top of the net. Casey Ritter can't get to it. Point for State Fair, and the lead is 16-10. Nice shot by Ya Chin. Point Vikings, and the score is now 16-11. Serving for the Vikings is Laura Passmore. Whistle, point Vikings. Leads trimmed down to 2, 16-12. And the shot is partially deflected and falls in for State Fair, and the score is now 17-12. Jennifer Rumpke with the serve for State Fair. Saved by Passmore. Shot by Casey Ritter. Wonderful shot. Great placement. And the score is now cut to 17-13. Thais Soares serving for the Vikings. Mindy Griffith can't handle it for State Fair, and the Vikings have cut the lead down to 17-14. This has been a game of runs for both teams. Shot by Antonio Jones, too much for Casey Ritter, point State Fair. And the score is State Fair 18, Jefferson College 14. Antonio Jones serving for State Fair. Vikings keep it alive. Whistle, point State Fair. Once again, State Fair leads by 5, 19-14. Does Jefferson College have an answer? Nice shot by Ya Chin, and the score is now 19-15. Casey Ritter serving for the Vikings. Shot off the top of the net, and that will be a point for the Vikings. And the score is now 19-16. Wow, what a shot by Kelsey Allen, and the score is now 20-16 State Fair. Wow, what a shot by Becky Mann, blocked. State Fair can't control it, and the point is won by the Vikings. Score State Fair 20, Vikings 17. Jennifer Elbert serving for the Vikings. Shot blocked by Lacey McCullough, and the Vikings trim the lead to 20-18. Antonio Jones with a shot, and that ball's between Casey Ritter and Thais Soares. And that is a point State Fair, 21-18. Mindy Griffith serving for State Fair. Thais Soares with the shot, and that ball's in. Point Vikings, and the score is now 21-19. Becky Mann serving for the Vikings. You have a feeling if the Vikings can get this game tied up, they'll have a decent chance at winning. Shot by Maggie Ellman falls in for State Fair, and the lead is 22-19. Whitney Kramer serving for State Fair. Shot by Thais Soares. Point Vikings, and the score is 22-20. You can hear the soccer team in the background trying to help out the Viking volleyball team. Marcella Mandiria with the serve for the Vikings. Antonio Jones with the shot. That is tipped. Point State Fair, and the score is 23-20. Maggie Ellman serving for State Fair. Nice shot by Ya Chin. Point Vikings, and the score is 23-21. What a game in set number 2. State Fair leads 23-21. We're in set number 2. State Fair leads 23-21. Laura Passmore serves for Jefferson College. Shot by Jennifer Rumpke, and that is tipped by the Vikings. Point State Fair. State Fair leads 24-21. Jefferson College running out of time in set number 2. Jamie Miller serving for State Fair. Nicely done by Jennifer Elbert. Nice save by Laura Passmore. Shot over by Ya Chin. Antonio Jones getting ready to shoot, but whistle blown, point Vikings. Score is now State Fair 24, Vikings 22. Thais Suarez serving for the Vikings. Big serve coming up. Antonio Jones with the shot. Too much to handle. Leads back up to 3, 25-22. Antonio Jones will serve for State Fair. Laura Passmore, can she keep it alive? No, she cannot. State Fair leads 26-22. Shot over, and that will go out of bounds. 27-22 State Fair as a timeout is called. We're in set number 2. State Fair leads 27-22. Antonio Jones serving for State Fair. Where would State Fair be without Antonio Jones? She has been a tremendous player, especially here in set number 2. Pretty much leading State Fair. Antonio Jones with the serve. What a play by Jennifer Elbert, set up nicely for Ya Chin to throw it down. And that is a point for the Vikings. Casey Ritter serving for the Vikings. Antonio Jones shoots it over. Becky Mann with the shot off the top of the net. Nice play by State Fair. That will be called inbounds for the Vikings. And the score is now 27-24. Casey Ritter serving for the Vikings. Nice save by Antonio Jones. Casey Ritter with a nice save. Jennifer Elbert. Nicely done. Point Vikings. And the score is now 27-25. Timeout on the floor. Serving for the Vikings, Casey Ritter. Nice save by Antonio Jones. Becky Mann with a nice save. That falls in for Thais Suarez. Vikings cut it down to 1. Game on. Can Casey Ritter get it tied up for the Vikings? Crowd gets very loud. Off the top of the net. Nice block by the Vikings. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Becky Mann, and Becky Mann shoots. And the whistle. Point Vikings, and we are tied up at 27 apiece. Here we go. Can the Vikings grab the lead? Shot blocked by Becky Mann. A celebration too early, though. Shot by Marcella Mandera. That is in. Vikings lead 28-27. What a comeback. Good poise by the Vikings. Nice save. Vikings keep it alive. Shot over, but that will go out of bounds, and we are all tied up at 28. What a game we have going on. Next point is crucial for either side. Oh, what a shot by Whitney Kramer. Set point for State Fair, 29-28. Nice save by the Vikings shot, and that is it. What a win by State Fair. Violent comeback by Jefferson College, and State Fair wins 30-28 in set number 2, 1 game apiece.
Welcome to Automotive Technology at Jefferson College, where students learn important industry skills every day.
I'm really interested in automotive, pursuing it as a career. Jefferson College has all the great tools, books, everything you're going to need in your career. Their instructors are great, and it is really interesting learning different parts of the car.
Jefferson College offers outstanding instructors teaching in state-of-the-art classrooms. The automotive shop area has the latest in precision tools.
I believe one of the strongest parts of our program for Jefferson College students is we do not let the student leave until they understand the processes involved. We work with the students one-on-one until they are comfortable enough in the knowledge they have and the skill level that they have that they can perform at industry level.
Instruction includes brake jobs, machining drum and rotor, tune-ups, engine repair, cylinder head work, wheel alignment, and electrical work.
I was very impressed with the professors here. I talked to both of them. They were very awesome. I like the fact that the campus is very close to home and it's affordable. And the employers that I talked to were very impressed with Jefferson College students.
Jefferson College graduates get jobs in their field. The Automotive Technology Department has a 95% success ratio with graduates working at many companies throughout the area.
What the employer was looking for was people with fresh minds that know the new technology and all those things I learned here at Jefferson College.
Discover your future with automotive technology at Jefferson College.
Serving for the Vikings is Marcella Mandira. Can she get the Vikings started off the right way? Shot by Jennifer Rumke falls in for a State Fair point, and State Fair leads 1-0. Serving Whitney Kramer for State Fair. Shot by Brooke Boyer. That falls in, and the score is tied up at 1 apiece. Serving for the Vikings is Laura Passmore. Shot by Antonio Jones, a great save by Laura Passmore. Another shot by Antonio Jones blocked. Another shot blocked by the Vikings. Do I hear 4? Not this time. Point State Fair. Great defense, though, by the Vikings as State Fair takes a 2-1 lead. Maggie Ellman serving for State Fair. Serve into the net, and we are tied up at 2 apiece. Thais Suarez serving for the Vikings. Jennifer Rumpke with the shot, and that falls in. Point State Fair, and State Fair leads 3-2. Jennifer Rumpke serving for the Roadrunners. Well, she's going to be substituted now. And now serving for State Fair is Jamie Miller. Becky Mann with the shot, partially tipped, saved by Yachin. Shot by Yachin. Laura Passmore almost saves it. Point State Fair, and State Fair leads by 2, 4-2 in the third set. Laura Passmore can't handle the serve, and that is the first ace for State Fair, and they lead now 5-2. shot is blocked by Ya-Chin Wang. You don't see Ya-Chin's shot blocked very often, and the score is now, correction, the point is the Vikings. Another point Vikings, and the score is 5-4. Casey Ritter serving for the Vikings, and that's going to sail out of bounds. Point State Fair, and the score is now 6-4. Antonio Jones serving for State Fair. Played by Casey Ritter. Becky Mann. That falls out of bounds. 7-4 lead by State Fair. Serving for State Fair is Antonio Jones. Becky Mann with the shot, partially tipped. Point Vikings, and the score is now 7-5. Serving for the Vikings is Jennifer Elbert. Nice save. Becky Mann with another nice save. Kept alive. Smart play by Casey Ritter just to let it sail out of bounds. Point Vikings. And the score is now State Fair 7, Vikings 6. Serve by Jennifer Elbert. Antonio Jones with the shot. Becky Mann tips it over. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Ya-Chin. That is out. Point State Fair, and the score is 8-6. Tabitha Azeri serving for State Fair. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Becky Mann. Shot partially blocked. Nice save by the Vikings to keep it alive. Nice save by Casey Ritter. Shot by Jennifer Elbert. Put back over by State Fair. Shot by Brooke Boyer. Good volley. Casey Ritter can't get to it. And the point goes to State Fair, and the score is 9-6. Serve goes into the net. 9-7, State Fair. Becky Mann serving for the Vikings. Point for the Vikings, and the score is now 9-8. Shot over Brooke Boyer with a nice tip shot, and the Vikings tied the game up at 9 apiece. Whitney Kramer cannot handle the shot for State Fair, and Jefferson College now leads 10-9. Served by Becky Mann into the net, and we're tied up at 10 apiece. Jennifer Rumke coming in for State Fair, replacing Jamie Miller. Mindy Griffith serving for State Fair. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Brooke Boyer. What a shot. And the Vikings lead 11-10. Ya-Chin into the game for the Vikings. Marcella Mandira serving for the Vikings. confusion on the floor. Nice save by Mindy Griffith. Thais Suarez with the point, and the Vikings lead 12-10. Thais Suarez serving for the Vikings. Nice shot by Ya-Chin. Smart play, and the Vikings lead 13-10. Whistle. Point Vikings. Timeout on the floor. Vikings lead 14-10. We're in the third set. Vikings lead 14-10. The series is tied up at 1 game apiece. Shot by Jennifer Rumke, blocked. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Ya-Chin. Nice save by Antonio Jones. Shot by Ya-Chin, and that falls in. Point Vikings. And the score is now 15-10. Marcella Mandira serving for the Vikings. Shot by Jennifer Rumke. Whistle. Point State Fair. And the score is now 15-11. Whitney Kramer serving for State Fair. Nice save by Becky Mann. Shot blocked. And the lead is trimmed to 3, 15-12 Vikings. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Ya-Chin. Her shot is blocked. And the score is now 15-13. Here comes State Fair. Nice save by Becky Mann. Set up to Brooke Boyer. Whistle. Point Vikings. Vikings lead by 3, 16-13. Laura Passmore serving for the Vikings. Nice play by Ya-Chin, point Vikings, and the score is now 17-13. Antonio Jones with a shot. Nice save attempt by Laura Passmore, but it falls in for a point for State Fair, and the score is now 17-14. Maggie Ellman serving for State Fair. Set up to Ya-Chin. Kept alive by State Fair. Shot blocked. Partially. Point Vikings. Vikings lead 18-14. Thais Suarez serving for the Vikings. That off the top of the net. Blocked by Ya-Chin. Whistle, point Vikings. Vikings lead by 5, 19-14. Antonio Jones with the shot, partially tipped. Jennifer Elbert with the shot. That falls in for a State Fair point, and the score is now 19-15. Jamie Miller enters the game for State Fair. She will also be serving for State Fair. Set up by Casey Ritter. Shot over by Becky Mann. Antonio Jones. Nice shot by Antonio Jones. And the Vikings lead is cut down to 3, 19-16. Yachin with the shot, that is blocked. And the lead is now 19-17 for the Vikings. State Fair on a little bit of a run. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Soares. Shot by Antonio Jones. Nice save by Casey Ritter. Jennifer Elbert to Becky Mann. Shot into the net. Point State Fair. And the Vikings lead by only 1, 19-18. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Yachin. Shot over. Yachin with the shot. Back over by Antonio Jones. Becky Mann with a shot for the Vikings. Nice shot by Yachin. Vikings don't pick it up. Point for State Fair. That's what I thought. That is the call. Point for State Fair, and we are all tied up at 19. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Yachin. Kept alive by State Fair. They send it over. Becky Mann with the shot. And that is out for a State Fair point. State Fair on a great run as they take the lead 20-19. Timeout on the floor. We're in set number 3. State Fair leads 20-19. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Becky Mann. And the score is now tied up at 20. Much needed point for the Vikings. Casey Ritter serving for the Vikings. Shot. Great save by Casey Ritter, sent over by Becky Mann. Antonio Jones with a shot. And State Fair goes up by 1, 21-20. Antonio Jones serving for State Fair. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Yachin. And that is in. And we are tied up at 21. Jennifer Elbert serving for the Vikings. Shot partially tipped by Brooke Boyer, and State Fair reclaims the lead, 22-21. Tabitha Isri serving for State Fair. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Yachin. Too much to handle for Antonio Jones. And again, we are tied up at 22. Becky Mann serving for the Vikings, and a timeout on the floor. We're all tied up here in set number 3, 22 apiece. Becky Mann serving for the Vikings. Shot over by State Fair, and that falls in. State Fair reclaims the lead, 23-22. Jennifer Rubke entering the game for State Fair. And Mindy Griffith serving for State Fair. Nice play by Casey Ritter. Jennifer Elbert sets it up to Brooke Boyer. Shot is blocked. Casey Ritter puts it back up. Shot by Jennifer Rumke, blocked. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Thais Orez. And that is in. We are tied up at 23. Marcella Mandira serving for the Vikings. Played by Mindy Griffith. Shot by Jennifer Rumke. Point Vikings, and they take the lead, 24-23. Serve is in for the ace, and the Vikings lead by 2, 25-23. Shot is in by Maggie Ellman, and the score is Vikings 25, State Fair 24. Whitney Kramer serving for State Fair. Played by Yachin. Antonia Jones. Point for the Vikings. Excuse me, point for State Fair, and we are all tied up at 25. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Brooke Boyer. Shot is blocked by Antonia Jones, but the block goes out of bounds. Point Vikings. Laura Passmore with the serve for the Vikings. Shot by Antonia Jones is out of bounds. Vikings lead by 2, 27-25. Serving Laura Passmore. Shot over by Jennifer Rumke, saved by Laura Passmore. Shot by Yachin. Partially tipped. Point Vikings, 28-25. Vikings just 2 points away. Played by Mindy Griffith. Antonia Jones with the shot. Becky Mann shoots it, and that is in. 29-25, set point for the Vikings. Vikings can lead 2-1 if they can close it out here. And they do with an ace. Vikings win 30-25 and set 3, and they lead 2-1.
Exceptional education.
Spectacular experience.
The personalization.
It was convenient.
It's a fun atmosphere.
And my personal experience here has just been wonderful.
It just opened up a whole new horizon for our family.
Arnold, High Ridge, and the Hillsborough campus has been very convenient.
I recommend Jefferson College every day to anyone who will ask.
I'm Russ Hilton.
I'm Jane.
I'm Brandon Berger.
I'm Liz Lando, and I'm proud I chose to attend Jefferson College.
We're just about ready for the fourth set. The Vikings won the last set, and the Vikings lead 2-1 and can close it out if they should prevail in the fourth set. If not, we'll play a fifth set to 15. Serving for State Fair is Whitney Kramer. Vikings win the first point and go up 1-0. Serving Jennifer Elbert. Brooke Boyer enters the game for the Vikings. Shot by Jennifer Rumpke. And the point is won by State Fair. And we're tied up at 1. Maggie Ellman serving for State Fair. Shot by Brooke Boyer. Antonia Jones. Nice shot by Thais Suarez. And the Vikings take a 2-1 lead. Casey Ritter serving for the Vikings. Shot by Jennifer Rumpke into the net, and the Vikings lead 3-1. Antonia Jones with the shot, and the lead is now cut to 3-2 Vikings. Serving for State Fair is Jamie Miller. Shot by Marcella Mandira. Point Vikings, and the score is now 4-2. Becky Mann serving for the Vikings. Whistle, point Vikings, and the score is now 5-2. Antonia Jones' shot is into the net, point Vikings, and the score is now 6-2. Vikings with a great start here in the fourth set. State Fair wins the point, and the score is now 6-3. Antonia Jones serving for State Fair. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Thais Suarez, and a powerful shot. Vikings lead 7-3. Laura Passmore serving for the Vikings. Shot into the net, point Vikings, and the Vikings lead 8-3. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Marcella Mandira. Point Vikings, and the Vikings lead by 6, 9-3. On an ace for the Vikings, Laura Passmore. Timeout on the floor, 10-3 Vikings. We're in set number 4. Vikings lead 10-3. Serving for the Vikings, Laura Passmore. Wow, Jamie Miller with a nice save, and that sails all the way over to the Vikings side for a point, and the score is now 10-4. Serve is into the net. Point Vikings, and the Vikings now lead 11-4. Ya Chen coming into the game for the Vikings. Marcella Mandira serving for the Vikings. Shot back over. Nice save by Laura Passmore. Jennifer Elbert puts it up for Thais Orez. Nice save by Jamie Miller. Shot by Whitney Kramer. Ya-Chin with the shot. Great save. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Thais Orez. Whistle. Point Vikings. And the Vikings lead by 8, 12-4. Whistle. Point Vikings. 13-4. Vikings playing very strong. Shot blocked. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Ya-Chin. Shot by Maggie Ellman. That is in. Point State Fair, and the score is now 13-5. In comes Jennifer Rumke for the State Fair Roadrunners, serving Mindy Griffith. Shot by Thais Orez. Blocked, and it falls in for State Fair, and the score is now 13-6. Becky Mann with a shot into the net. Point State Fair. Score 13-7. State Fair on a little bit of a run. We've seen this happen so far many times tonight. Ya-Chin with the shot. Point Vikings. Score is now 14-7 Vikings. Thais Orez serving for the Vikings. State Fair keeps it alive, but they can't control it. And the Vikings lead again by 8, 15-7. Oh, that serve goes off the head of Ya-Chin. Point State Fair, and the score is now 15-8. Whitney Kramer serving for State Fair. What a shot by Antonia Jones. Point State Fair, and the score is now 15-9. Still very much a game. Play by Laura Passmore, shot by Ya-Chin. What a save by Whitney Kramer. She shoots it back over. Shot by Antonia Jones. Good save, Casey Ritter. Shot by Ya-Chin. She misses it. Point State Fair. Score is now 15-10. Set up to Becky Mann. Antonia Jones. Smart play by Jennifer Rumke. At least I thought that was a smart play. The whistle is in favor of the Vikings, and the Vikings now lead 16-10. Serving for the Vikings is Jennifer Elbert. Shot by Maggie Ellman. Too much for Brooke Boyer to handle. And the score is 16-11 Vikings. Maggie Ellman serving for State Fair. Becky Mann with the shot, saved by Mindy Griffiths. Antonia Jones tips it over. Point Vikings as it sails out of bounds. Vikings lead 17-11. Casey Ritter serving for the Vikings. Confusion on the floor for State Fair. Point Vikings. Vikings lead by 7, 18-11. Whistle, point Vikings. Vikings can smell it almost, 19-11. Shot by Jennifer Rumke. That falls in for a State Fair point, 19-12. Does State Fair have another run left in them? Jamie Miller serving for State Fair. Serve is into the net, point Vikings, 20-12. Becky Mann serving for the Vikings. Antonia Jones, and that falls in, 20-13. Vikings still lead. Antonia Jones serving for State Fair. Nice save by Casey Ritter, but that sails out of bounds. Lead's cut down to 6, 20-14. State Fair still alive. Jennifer Elbert sets it up. Point State Fair. Leads cut down to 5, 20-15. Off the top of the net, that is a point for State Fair, 2016. Here we go, game on. Shot by Brooke Boyer is out, 2017. Vikings only lead by 3. The serve by Antonia Jones sails out of bounds. Point Vikings. Vikings lead 21-17. Laura Passmore serving for the Vikings. Still a very close game. Point Vikings, 22-17. Oh, that would have sailed out of bounds. Shot into the net though, and State Fair gets the point, 22-18. Timeout on the floor. Vikings lead 22-18. We're in the fourth set. Vikings lead 2-1 and lead in this set 22-18. Point State Fair 22-19. State Fair has a never say die attitude right now. Casey Ritter can't keep it alive, 22-20. Kristen Smith entering the game for the Vikings. Big serve coming up for State Fair. Jennifer Elbert sets it up. shot is in by Marcella Mandira, and the Vikings lead by 3, 23-20. Marcella Mandira serving for the Vikings. Yachin back into the game for the Vikings. Shot by Whitney Kramer. Thais Suarez with the shot, blocked. Becky Mann sends it over. Whitney Kramer with the shot, that's out of bounds. Point Vikings, 24-20. Confusion by State Fair, 25-20 Vikings. State Fair needs to keep their composure here. Maggie Ellman with the shot. Saved by Becky Mann, shot over by Laura Passmore. Shot by Maggie Ellman. And that is a point for the Vikings. Vikings lead 26-20. Timeout on the floor. We're in the fourth set. Vikings 26-20. Shot by Maggie Ellman. Net falls in. 26-21 Vikings. Jennifer Rumke in for State Fair. Nice save by Becky Mann. Shot by Yachin. That is in. Point Vikings 27-21. Thais Suarez serving for the Vikings. Point Vikings 28-21. The serve by Thais Suarez into the net. Vikings lead 28-22. Whitney Kramer serving for State Fair. State Fair needs to make a run right now. Serve into the net. 29-22. Set point and match point for the Vikings. Jennifer Elbert serving. There it is. Jennifer Elbert sets it up for Brooke Boyer. Is that it? And it is. Vikings win set number 3, 30-22. And the Vikings win 3 games to 1.